Welcome to EquinEdge Live. I'm Scotty McKeever, and how to bet the Breeders' Cup 2021. Hello, everybody. Marco, Greg in the house, Michael, Charles. Breeders' Cup coming up Friday and Saturday. We're going to cover Fridays today, okay? Tomorrow we'll come back. We'll do it all over again, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Hey, Christy, how are you? Steve in the house. I don't think scratches are in, Steve. I don't think they're in. Ryan, what up? And Keith in the house, Kent. And there's my girl, Deb. How are you, Deb Martin? Patrick in the house. And good to see all of you. And we're going to cover, Kurt, hello to you. We're going to cover Friday's races over at Breeders' Cup, okay? And by the way, good news. It looks like we're getting closer here on the, you can see here, the pace number and the new screen. Very, very close. This is the way it's supposed to look. Right here, and it's close, very, very close. So this is the test site. I'll be on this a lot. I'll have to switch back and forth because foreign races don't show up here on the test site, but they do on the live site. Also on the live site, if you've seen some of the Breeders' Cup races, we don't have some GSRs on there, but we are working on that right now. So like in race number 6, if you were to look at a horse like Twilight Jet, no GSRs. So we should, hopefully we're going to have that done before Breeders' Cup. Hey, Brian. So I have some opinions. I've handicapped the first day. So I feel like I'm somewhat prepared, but this is going to be an interactive show as well. I'm not going to be there, Greg. I know you're going to be there. Brady's going to be there. Mike Samich is going to be there. I decided to lay back here. I'm playing in the BCBC. I wanted to play, you know, online. And Kinky Handicapper, what's going on? How long has this been going on? What's up, Anthony? So I wish I was going to meet you because I just hear so many great things about you, Greg. Kurt, what up? But don't forget, you guys can, I'm going to try, Chuck. I'm going to try. You guys can talk about any horse you want to talk about. No, come on. Yeah, right. You guys are going to have a blast. You guys are going to have a blast. I'm drinking my coffee. I figure you guys are going to come up with some stuff, and then we'll look at the horses as well. Okay, so this is going to be an interactive show. Even though we're not covering live races, I know Del Mar's going on right now. And we're only covering 6 races. If there was a horse or something you wanted to pace number or something. Oh, thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Norm, what up? If you guys want to pace number or something for a current race going on, like I know Del Mar race number 5 is about to go off. And so completely understandable if you guys are watching that. Here's the pace numbers for this race. Rebel War is the fastest horse in the race, along with Speed Past. Those horses. Fastest class, Oldie in the house. Fastest Cass has some speed. And then there's a ways back. So no races today. No, you're not playing today? BC, let's go. Yeah, I know. Well, I know Del Mar just took off, didn't it? Yeah, it just took off. I wish we could show it, but we can't. Also, I'll give you some horses because, you know, like the 8 horse over at Del Mar race number 5 popped up as a horse to watch. So if this algorithm that we're testing pops up, then I will let you know what it likes. Okay. So it's been doing really good. Yeah. You know, I've been hearing about that, Wesley. I've been hearing, you know, I've not been following it close enough to really give an opinion on it, but I've definitely been hearing about that. Hey, what's up, Johnny? Happy Breeders' Cup week. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll look. I love the questions. Keep them coming. Nathan, what's up? We will look at the Peter Biller's horses as well. Now, please don't ask questions for Friday's race, Saturday's races, okay? Because we'll cover them tomorrow, okay? We will cover. Scotty, you're so funny. You've got a good memory. You know what? I put $1,000 in there today. What do I have? Oh, let me refresh. I have $22, so I lost that money. I've not played today, really. Hey, Coach, what's going on? You must be excited. Lexi in the house too. Coach, you must be really excited about the Oaklawn Park adding this meet. I don't know about you, but I am. You're funny. I'm not getting sucked into Saturday because then it's going to carry the show too long. We're gonna cover Saturday. We'll cover that tomorrow on tomorrow's show. Okay, but we can talk about any horse you want to in Friday's races. I think you're gonna have them tomorrow, Richard. You guys are funny today. All right, cool. I like that. Good stuff. Who won over at Del Mar? Tell me the 8 horse came in first or second. That's all I care about. I don't really have any stake in it. Focused on Breeders' Cup right now. Good. That's what we're going to be focused on. The 6 won the race. 8 do any good, Chuck? For Keith? The 8 scratched? Really? 6, 5, 7. We're gonna 8 was scratched. Perfect. Okay. Thanks, guys. All right. So let's just hit up. Like I said, I'm gonna be going back and forth from the test site because that's where I've got the pace numbers right now, and it looks like we're launching tonight. So you guys should have what I am looking at first thing in the morning when you get up. It's like Christmas, right? So, all right. So we're looking at a sprint race. This is the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf Sprint. And I've got some notes up here so you can see that. Well, if you remember in the summertime, Del Mar was hitting at 5 furlongs, the 1 or 2 post was winning 40% of the time. So just watch for that. Not just on Breeders' Cup weekend, but watch for that in all races at Del Mar. So the 1 and 2 post really been good. T-minus 14 hours to the pace. Exactly. Jared, which you got to give me a race number and a track. Oh, for sure. No, for sure. No, I'm telling you, you guys are going to be so happy. First of all, the user interface, look at the difference. So this is, watch, I'm going to go to, okay, I'm on it. This is what it looks like now. And this is what it's going to look like tomorrow. You just see things so easy. As a matter of fact, it's going to even be better because on the right side there, the SOR and the GSR are going to be colored like this. It'll look like this tomorrow. So we're all pretty pumped about it. One timer has 0 chance making the front? You think so? Why do you think that? All right. So on that note, Greg, on that note, well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay, Greg, on this note here. So let's set the record straight. So I'm not going to mention the company's name because that's not my style, but I'm going to tell you that the best pace number out there right now in predicting who's going to be on the lead or be second at the first call is 60%. And that's an amazing number. No first-time starters are given. We give first-time starters, and we're hitting at 67%. You take away the first-time starters, we're hitting at 70%. This pace number is insane. So you'll find out that you have to trust. Now, just because it's in the lead does not mean it's going to win. But it's got a 97. I would just tell you that either Averly Jane or One Timer is going to have the lead. Now, if you like Averly Jane, you might have to be careful here because One Timer could really press this horse on the outside. And I can tell you, I've been testing this thing now for 2 weeks, and this thing is accurate as can be. And we've done it on the show. You guys have seen it. God, I'm praying. I'm praying. Nathan, you saw this thing yesterday, right? Remember? We used that to get that 6-horse home in race number 3 at Parks. I think so. Yeah, I mean, does that make sense? So the higher the number, so the high number, give an example. The 9-horse one-timer will have 67% of the time, this horse will be on the lead or in second place at the first call. I know we right, Michael, you saw that. Michael saw it. So yesterday, Nathan was playing in a tournament over at Parks, and race number 3, he had the 5-horse. But let's go back to that race. We were doing the coaching class. I'll take you back there. And we were looking at this race here. And the way we handicapped this was he had the 5-horse Aussie Met. But what happened was, look at the pace numbers. There was 4 horses that had 73, 75, 76, and 76. And I said, there's just going to be a speed duel up front and take the 6 or 7. And he took the 6-horse, who was 15%, was the only true closer in the race. And this horse won and paid $15.60. So using the win percentages were 15%, but utilizing the tools that way. So it was pretty cool. What's up, Gary? No better, Richard. Absolutely not. So the pace numbers are phenomenal. Like, there's not even a doubt in my mind that the best pace number in all of horse racing. And you guys are going to have that tomorrow. So the first call is 95% of races have 4 calls. You see this here? 1 call, 2 calls, stretch, and finish. That's 4 calls. So usually it would be, yes, the quarter of mile. So the new interface won't have the race replays yet. Not just yet, guys. Not just yet, but it will. No, I'm not going to disagree that the 9 will hit the board or won't hit the board. I'm just saying, when you're handicapping, you're going to use the pace numbers. I promise you that. So we'll see. I mean, it makes no matter to me whether the horse wins or not, but we know that the horse is fast, and it's faster than a lot of this horse's. Buenas tardes, Oscar. Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo estás? Bill, I'm not sure. That's a really good question, how we're doing that, because we talked about that. Remember, but we have a pace number for these foreign horses. I'm not sure how. Let's see here, but we do. Well, that's the test site. But yeah, we do have a pace number for these horses. So the staging isn't showing the past performances for these horses, but the dashboard is. But we do have so when it goes tomorrow morning, the pace number will be there, and I'm hoping the GSR will be there as well. But all right, so let's get handicapping. No, it initially was set up to look at specific surface and distance and class and everything, right? So, but then you know how it goes with these algorithms. Then it becomes a point where you don't even know. You don't even know. So, but I can tell you this: I haven't had a losing day since the pace numbers were given to me. Not a losing day. It's been amazing. So it's fantastic, because pace really does make the race, but you need class, you need a few other things, and so it's complete right here. When you get past perform, when you get like race replays like this and stuff like that, and we have that, that's all going to be great. The link feature, we can go over here and we can look and see how strong the fields are each of the horses face. Those are all great tools, and we'll all use them. One timer won this race. Time to Party got second in that race, right? So we can see there. Forbidden Kingdom, how good was this horse? So yeah. Yes, we did. We made updates to the win percentage as well. So the ones you've been using over the last 4 days have been the new ones. Now, don't expect in many races to see a big differential in these horses because they're all so good. Just remember that. So utilize the GSR and utilize the pace numbers and stuff like that, because you're gonna get a price on whatever you like. What's up, Chrissy? How are you? No changes to the ticket generator just yet, but there's going to be. We have a new SOR as well that's not up yet, and it's better than the one that we currently have. All the algorithms are getting updated right now. Right now, we're working on the algorithm that predicts if a horse needs the lead or not. So right here, you see this. Let's just say the 9 needs the lead. There'll be a little asterisk right next to the 7 on the right. Top right of the 7 will be an asterisk, and that'll suggest to you that the horse needs the lead. And I talked to John yesterday, my data scientist, and John's a partner in EquinEdge as well, and he said that we're 86% accurate if the horse needs the lead right now. So we're confident that we're going to be able to put that asterisk and be accurate on horses that need the lead. So then you won't have to look at a horse's style because you'll have it right here. So as an example, if you see a horse, a bunch of speed number, but a horse with a low speed number, a pace number, but he's got a good win percentage, that horse can close. He's obviously a closer, or else his win percentage would be 1% or 2%. That's the way you can use it. You've got those full of jokes today, Scotty. I didn't see the Magic Mike show, no, but I'm a big Mike Somich fan. All right, so here's the thing. They're using, we've been working with them, with Racing Dudes, and great people. They do a great job, and we've been working, we formed a partnership with them. Here's the thing. Let's just say the pace number is right, Greg. I'm not going to call you a cynic, but let's just say it is. Then these two are going to duel because, well, the 8 can rate. The 8 can rate. It's shown that it can rate. And that's good that you're so confident on this horse. This 7 horse, though, Amor, is the top Scotty pick. And this horse has been really competitive in Group 1 races and barely lost that last Group 1 and is lightly raced. So, and Ryan Moore is aboard. 7-2 on the EquinEdge morning line, 6-1 on the odds makers morning line. So that's what you're looking for. So I would think Amor is, you got to watch out for the 7. So I would watch out there. And then when we look at that last SOR was an 80. That was an 80 group. You put that in perspective, the 8 horse faced and beat a 74 group, a 76, but did it easily. And is 4-for-4 lifetime. Nothing. You can't take away anything from Everly Jane. No doubt about it, Greg. No doubt. But the unfortunate thing for Everly Jane is that it gets a speed horse on the outside of it. That's the only negative, Greg, I will tell you. That isn't a positive, that's for sure. And we know the 9's fast. We know the 9 is very fast. So you need to play how the pace is going to play out. And Armor, It just seems based on the trouble line that this horse is tactical. And as far as pace goes, it should, it could be sitting 4 or 5 lengths back based on what I'm seeing here. But this 8 and 9 could be, there's really not a ton of speed in here, honestly. I think the 8 and 9 are on the lead for sure. Hey, Catherine. I do. I think the 8 and 9 are on the lead. Let's look at the 1 horse, because the 1 and 2, so Coffee Maker, the 2, we have to look at this horse. So, because the 1 and 2 posts have been winning. So Wesley Ward, Jose Ortiz, the horse is tactical. You can see it's got a 67 pace. The top win percentage is only 13% in Averly Jane, so I'm not worried about 6%. So you can't even use the win percentage. Don't even look at the win percentage in this race. Whatever you do, don't do it. Look at everything else. Look at the pace. Look at the average SOR, the GSR, jockey trainer combinations, things like that. Don't look at the win percentages. You think Saez Ryan will send the 12? Well, I know he's aggressive, but based on the pace number, he can't get the lead. And that's another thing. That 12 could press the 9 and press the 8. But I don't think it's as fast as the 8 and 9. I'm playing in the BCBC, Daryl, yes. Coffee Maker, I like this horse. This horse is lightly raced. And I think this horse can run. My guess is this horse could get in the money for sure. And I wouldn't be surprised. If you're looking at horses that are going to close the best. That's a really good, you're absolutely right, Wesley. You're 100% right. But that's fair. No. It looks like both the 9 and the 8 can rate some. So that's a great point. It's not going to be, there's no pace meltdown here for sure. I will say this, the 12 horse has got a decent pace number, and I think this horse needs from that post. You can't win from that post. This horse is not winning this race, but it could, with Luis Saez and aggressive as he is, he's going to send, right? So yeah, the speed's on the outside. The 10 horse, look, 72 on the 10. 10 can't win this race, but the 10's got to go. So you've got all the speed there on the outside. Doesn't that kind of set up for a horse on the inside that's going to be tactical? So who's going to be sitting behind? The 2, the 6 horse. How impressive was that? 2 and 6 are going to be sitting a beautiful trip. 14 from that post. And this horse's style, I can't see it. So I'm seeing, for me, 1, 2, 6, 7. Now, here's what's interesting. I don't think I could leave the 8 out. I really don't, because if the 9 goes, the 10 goes, the 11 goes, the 12 goes, the 8's capable of just sitting and making a run, and this horse is a really talented horse. So, and Tyler, by the way, watch Tyler all weekend long. Tyler Gaffalione has been absolutely in fuego lately, right? So, I have to respect. If you forced me to bet 1 horse in this race, it would probably be the 8. I'm just talking about pace right now, and how this is going to play out, and all that speed is on the outside. But what's interesting too is Irad gets off of the 2 horse to ride the 6. I find that interesting. And the 6 horse got a better win percentage, and EquinEdge morning line's lower. And both horses are trained by Wesley Ward. But we've seen this before. We saw this like a week or two ago. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a race and they switched and Jose ended up winning. So I'm not ready to throw the 2 out, especially with this horse's style at all. And especially horses have been winning from this inside. So I'm not ready to throw this horse out at all. And we don't know how tough the decision was for Irad Ortiz. It might have been a tough decision. What's up, Greg? So I'm 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. Let's look at. We do need to look at the 3 horse though. Go Bears go. So, anybody have a strong opinion on this? I mean, this one's a really tough one. I mean, this horse barely lost a Group 1 3 back, and then faced a tough group, and it looks like kept on well. Lead headed, made all lead. Okay, so this is a front runner and draws the inside, right? This is definitely a front runner to go with all the other speed. It looks like now. I don't know how accurate the pace number is with foreign horses yet, but it seems to me like this horse needs the lead. But it's only 10-1 on the EquinEdge morning line. That's a tough one. Three has beat the 7. Let's see. Ten, 9. When? I don't see it. Blinkers on. You know they're sending this 3, and there's a ton of speed in here. Blinkers are on the 12 as well. They are sending. Why can't I see that these horses faced each other? Go Bear Go and Armor. I mean, let's see here. When? 6:17, 7:28. I don't see it. Am I missing something? Oh, 9:25. There it is. 4th by 1. So, and the 3s, there's going to be so much speed in here. There's going to be so much speed in here that the 7's going to get the better trip. The 7's going to get the better trip. Not to mention it's Scotty's the Scotty algorithm's top pick. So I would have to lean towards the 7 in that race. So 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. What's up, Aaron? European guy likes the 4 horse, Brian? Really? Okay, well, let's take a look. Vertiginous, the Irish bred. It's an honest horse. It really is. Now look at this Group 2 race. 86 on the SOR. Went off at 33-1. That was a tough group. I don't know what happened here in this race. And then won easily here. I mean, that was an impressive race. No doubt about it. There's, gave it out with Steve Bick today. The 3 usually stocks, Oldie? Interesting. All right, well, let's put that up there, the 3 and the 4 as possibilities. So it'll be those horses right there. All right. We'll come back to that and we'll dissect it a little bit more. All right. Anybody have a strong opinion in here? Because I do. I mean, if you look at the pace number in this race, you look at the win percentage, top Scotty pick, the GSR of an 83. What else? I mean, I don't see how Echo Zulu gets beat personally. I love this horse tomorrow or Friday. I think she's the real deal, and 8.5 furlongs is not going to be a problem. The GSR is actually, in fact, going up, or it stays the same. Oh, Velasquez might be coming here, huh? So okay. The other horse, is Tarabi, who faced in the spinaway, got second to Echo Zulu. And look at the note, smashed gate. So had a terrible trip, broke eighth from the rail at 7 furlongs and gets up there and runs like that. And I think that Tarabi is going to run a good race. I didn't really like Juju's Map that much. This horse has won easily, but it really didn't face much. That grade 1 wasn't that strong of a race. I think Echo Zulu is a single with confidence. Look at the pace number on top of it. I mean, this horse is just too fast for them. I didn't like Hidden Connection. I tried to like Hidden Connection, JR, but the competition, I looked it up. You can see for yourself here. Let's look at the competition. So beat this 3 horse who was 3% to win. Click on that and look what it's done. Nothing. Look what it did prior to that. It won a race over at Ellis Park and breaking its maiden by 1/2 of a length. It just didn't beat much. I don't care for that horse. How's a horse like that supposed to beat Echo Zulu? Juju's Map. Let's take a look at that. Juju's Map beat the 8 horse, who was 11% that day, was a Scotty Longshot. And this horse was a maiden. So Juju's Map beat a maiden. Sequest is in here. This is what Sequest has done. Broke his maiden, also ran in the spinaway, right? So also ran the spinaway. Who won the spinaway? By 4 lengths easy? Echo Zulu. I don't know. I don't go by times at all. But our pace number shows the 6 horse much faster than the 5. So based on behavior, it's a new tool that I've been testing. We call it the link feature, and it works similar to like the formulator product. Is really great, and it'll be next to the video button for past performances. So you can click on it. You can click on this race here and see the horses that Tarabi beat in breaking its maiden. And eventually you have the pace numbers here, right? So then you can look and see what the pace was like in this race in comparison to this past race in comparison to the current race. We can look and see this horse beat the 9 horse who was 14% to win. And how's this horse come back? So the horse has not really come back to run that well. Faced a 58 group, lost by 16 lengths, then gets a 48 group and came back to win. So, that was just okay. But I was really impressed with Tarabi in his last race. Okay. But I think Echo Zulu is the real deal. I do. I don't think this field came up all that tough. So I'm hoping Tarabi gets second based on how this horse ran the spinaway. And you have to remember, this horse maybe didn't beat the strongest group in breaking its maiden, but it did it easily. And it came back and did this in a grade 1 after breaking bad and getting second against 8 other horses. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. And it's the Scotty Longshot as well. Yeah, I'm going to single Echo Zulu for sure. But I will tell you this, I might do a cover bet though. I'll single Echo Zulu in all my horizontals, but I'll do a vertical, doing an exacta box with the 4 and 6. What's up, Spencer? So the new pace number is predicting 67% of the time. That includes first-time starters. Who's going to be on the lead or second position at the first call? I'm not in Cali. I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Florida now. Is coming off of an injury. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, smashed the gate. I don't know how bad the injury was, but based on the workouts, the horse is doing well. Look at these workouts. A bullet here, and 7 of 50 here, 22 of 118 here. I mean, this horse is just training tremendously. Brad Cox trains Nick Go. We're not going to talk about this race, but if you look at the pace number in this race, Medina Spirit is just as fast. So these two, and they both need the lead. They both need the lead. I'm predicting they're going to stop. And Hot Rod Charlie will win the race. Or I think Essential Quality could run a good race as well. I really would prefer to see Hot Rod Charlie back a little bit, but the best pure closer and class of the field is Essential Quality. I think Essential Quality or Hot Rod Charlie wins the race because these two are going to go flying to the lead. Just like that, easy. Our collector's not fast enough to challenge Nick's Go. We just saw that. You guys don't know yet, but you'll see. The pace numbers are extremely accurate. Our collector has a 64 on the pace. Medina Spirit and Nick's Go have an 86 and an 85. Our collector has no chance of getting the lead. And if that horse is even near the lead, here's the thing. If our collector is on the lead with Medina Spirit and Nick's Go, that horse is toast. And they're all toast especially. I still think Medina Spirit and Nick's Go are toast. But our collector especially would be toast. But this race does not play out for our collector at all. That horse cannot be used, in my opinion, at all. Unless, for whatever reason, this horse all of a sudden can rate. If you think the horse can rate, then more power to, but show me wherever this horse is rated. I don't look at fractional times at all like that, Daryl. I'm not a time. I don't look at times. I don't look at any of that. Andy Byer says Medina Spirit can't get to Nick's Go. That's not true. That is not true. Sources broke first or second and is extremely fast. We've seen when this horse does not get the lead, it doesn't run. I forget which race it was. When was it? It was this one where it was dueling in the Metropolitan, right? About the second call, somebody came up to this horse, and this horse was toast. The reason this horse has been winning, well, first of all, that was a grade 3 back at Prairie Meadows and got a clear lead. Okay, then going 9 furlongs, there was just no speed. This horse has really been blessed, but needs the lead. I mean, Mott's going to put his horse in there, but it doesn't matter. Pace makes the race. So unless all of a sudden our collector can come from behind, And if you don't think Medina Spirit's going to shoot to the lead, it can't rate. These two are going to go nuts. If I would just say that if Medina Spirit backs up and gives Nixco the lead, then Nixco is going to win the race. But if they duel like I think they're going to duel, and Art Collector will be pressing a length or two behind and then stop, they'll still be pushed a little bit. Essential Quality or Hot Rod Charlie wins the race. Hot Rod Charlie is going to be sitting right behind them, salivating. Yes, Oldie, thank you. You can always count on Oldie to keep us all in check. How did we get there? How did we get to Saturday's races anyways? All right, race number 7. We did that. I think it's 6-4, and I think that 6 is a single. And I'll do a cover exacta just in case the 4. But I think the 4 is the real deal. I think the third-time starter, and I think Tarabi can run. I really do. I think on paper, Juju's map looks fantastic. No doubt about it. Does. I just don't think that that last grade 1 was that great. There's a ton of jockeys and trainers that are using EE. And there's more and more are starting to use it for trip, for sure. They are, Howard, yes. They are. So, all right, race number 8. So the top pick in the race is Turner Loose. Now, it's lukewarm on the pace number, top pace number. It's got a really good GSR. It's 2 for 2 at the surface and distance, right? Brad Cox, Laurent Giroux. Bubble Rock is dropping 6. I don't think this horse can get 8 furlongs. Not at this level. I really don't. And it's got a good number, but it's stretching out. The GSR is dropping from 77 to 62. That's 15 points. I don't think the 5 can win. The 3-horse Cachet, I was going to throw this horse out, but it has some tactical speed. It's Scotty's long shot. So I didn't know what to do with it. You can't just throw an all button in there, Greg, because if you do that, then you're going to hurt yourself later on. But I like your conviction. Cachet, if we look, this is a grade 1. This horse really hasn't been competitive. But here's the thing. So the EquinEdge morning line, yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking too. There's something about this horse. Hottie is a monster? No. No, not true. Let's look. So the horse won easy at 30 cents on the dollar. All it did was its job against an easier group, Nathan. That's all it did. What's up? What's up, Bobby? I like the 9 quality. We'll talk about the 9 in a second, but I'm going to show you something. Look, let's look at Hottie. Hottie beat the 11, Macadamia, who was 2% to win. And look at this horse on paper. Look at the 7, Hard Spun Woman. Do these look like world beaters to you? And this horse went off at 30 cents on the dollar and was 43% to win. Now, Hottie is 12% to win in a group of really, really nice horses that have upside. So my note didn't beat much, but did it easily. No doubt about it. But I'm just saying, like, it did not beat much, and it did its job at 43%. No doubt. I'm not saying Hottie didn't run well, but don't get caught up in winning by 4 lengths at 30 cents on the dollar. That's what you're supposed to do when you're 43% to win, right? And then, but there's nothing wrong with this horse. I think the cutback in distance from 8.5 to 8 is going to help this horse. And this horse is fast and it's tactical if somebody decides to go, but it's got natural speed. I'm going to make the 4-horse my top pick for sure. And that's true, Elliot. And here's another thing. Hey, Jason, here's another thing you need to know. A lot of these horses you're going to like, just remember this. they've been racing, like some of these horses coming in from Woodbine, they've been racing on softer turf. They're not going to get soft turf here at Del Mar. They're not going to get that. So I think the cutback, and I think that the lightly raced horse, I mean, don't forget, that was the first graded race for that horse, and the horse ran a good race and went off at 80 cents on the dollar. I think the horse is good, and I don't think there's a bunch of world beaters. My man, Tyler. You guys know Tyler? Stud. Yeah, I mean, so we're getting there, right? We're getting there with the foreign horses. As a matter of fact, we're working with foreign data providers as well. So we're going to have races all over the world for that matter. That being said, we do have the win percentages. We do have the pace numbers. We've got the GSR and we've got the SOR. So you have to use those in kind of combination with each other. And then, of course, the EE picks, the top two picks, and the EE long shot. So that's the best way to do it. I don't think there's better tools out there to handicap those horses. These races are just really tough. I mean, you know that as good as anybody. The 4 could definitely wire, Oldie. The 4 could absolutely wire them. I'm convinced of that. Now, this Koala Princess that Bobby brought up, look at this horse. I mean, that was its second race. This horse won easily. And it's just, look at the breeding. Let's look at the GSR plus. 87 on the turf tab, which is one of the highest I've ever seen. And all the numbers are in the 80s. Pretty amazing. So I think it's lightly raced. It's got tactical speed. He does. He absolutely does. I agree, Jared. What's up, James? No, let's see here. Yeah, I would agree. And the horse is tactical. There's not really a lot of speed in this race. It's another reason why I kind of like Turner Loose, because when you have that kind of speed, see, I don't know how fast they were going. Soon, what we're going to do is we're going to have the pace numbers for this. As a matter of fact, Brad's trying to get this for me tomorrow. But if we click on this, you see where the pace is blank right here. Imagine it's showing 70s and 80s, and then we know that Turner Loose was facing a lot of horses with much faster, had much more speed. So how good is that going to be to help you make your decisions, right? But and Turner Loose is 12-1 on the morning line and 5-1 on the EquinEdge morning line. Where's Cindy? Cindy's here. Did I miss her? Hey, Dan. Floro Jeroen is better than Pratt. Come on, Scott. What are you smoking today? Oh, there's Cindy. Hi, Cindy. I didn't like Bubble Rock. What's up, Brooks? This Cachet, I don't know what to make of that horse. On paper, I just didn't really care for it, but it is. And EquinEdge morning line's 25-1. So if this horse wins, it's gonna probably go off closer to that. Bubble Rock, this horse is dropping in GSR from 77 to 62, and it's stretching out. And I'm thinking that this horse is going to be a better sprinter, but it's lightly raced and it's not done much wrong. But I'm going to try to beat it. The track will probably be speed favoring. Exactly, Floyd. That's exactly right. You're doing good, Cindy? Good. Good. All right. So this is the for 2-year-olds fillies, the $1 million Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies and Turf. All right. So the 8 horse here that Cindy likes some, Sail By. Let's take a look. Let's look at the field that it beat. So it only beat 5 other horses. And the 6 horse didn't really run. The 6 horse was the big favorite. And all it had done was beat a 44 SOR group prior to that. So to me, that's telling me that this field was not that tough. Now, that doesn't mean these lightly rated horses can't improve, because they can. I just don't know that this was the strongest field in the world. I just want to caution you guys to be careful about spreading too much, because when you do that, you hurt yourself later on. It's going to cost you somewhere when you're playing your horizontals. So just going to caution you. I know some races are wide open, but what you're doing when you do that is you're fearing, and you're playing not to lose, not to win. That's what you're doing when you do that. So just be careful. Okay, we all do it. Hey, Roger, we all do it. So it's not, I'm not being critical. I'm just saying, just be careful. Tom, you can go on you see here, this here, you can just go on the intercom button and talk to Brad. I have no idea what that is. So I feel like the 4 horse Turner Loose is going to be very tough. Consumer Spending, the 7 horse. So let's take a look. I don't think I put a note on this horse. So Consumer Spending won the last couple of races. Now beat a group at 40 cents in the dollar. Last time I had only 3 races. Is Chad Brown and Flavian Pratt, and they are hitting at a remarkable 40%. And Flavian Pratt gets off of this horse, this 10, to stay on the 7. All right, so we'll look at this, and we'll look at the field that this horse faced. Okay, Consumer Spending was 37% to win the race. The 9 horse didn't run very well. Hedy Lamar, who's still a maiden. The 2 horse, She's Like Thunder, was 35 to 1 on the EquinEdge morning line and 1%. And this horse looks like hell. So I would have to lean against this horse just based on that. 8 to 1 on the morning line, 12 to 1 on the EquinEdge morning line. And I would really look at the EquinEdge morning lines. I bet you we're going to look after the fact and realize that the EquinEdge morning lines, like top 3 or 4 EquinEdge morning lines did well. And in this case, you're looking at Turner Loose and Koala Princess. And Scotty's pick, second pick, or the I got to get used to it, but the EquinEdge second pick is California Angel. So let's take a look at this 14 and see what it's done. So it has 0 speed and now draws the 14 hole. That's just brutal. But let's take a look and see who it beat. So comes out of the same race and won the race against Turner Loose. Remember when this horse came from the clouds? I do remember that. Came from the clouds. So okay. So that was 8.5 furlongs. They went very fast up front. There's not that much speed in here. And now we're cutting back from 8.5 to 8. I mean, I agree, Oldie. I agree. I'm just talking everybody through it. I mean, it's not impossible. This horse really finished nicely, and it went off at 17 to 1. So a lot of times I think people are not respecting. Yeah, I know. No more Scotty picks, Daryl. I feel naked. It's like, nah, it was the right. It was confusing people. It was confusing people. What was ironic about it is I almost never chose the top Scotty pick. I'm such a rebel. So basically, in short, he was in the 2-hole, Judy. That's a wonderful point. Absolutely, you're right. That's a really good point. So I'm looking at, for me, the top picks are going to be the 4 and 9. 4 and 9. Is there anybody else we're missing? Have they really, Trish? It's amazing you know that. Well, if that's going to happen, then it's going to be this 4 horse. It's going to be the 4. You know, I looked at Pizza Bianco. I love Bianca. I looked at that. I don't know that I love this race, and it's coming from Woodbine. The turf's going to be completely different. It doesn't really have a lot of speed. I mean, it's not terrible. By the way, when we talk about consumer spending, the other negative on this horse is literally it's an 8. And the 10 horse is a 4. And there's no speed in this race. So I'm getting rid of both those horses. But let's look. Malavath, huh? Let's see here. The 12 horse. All right. I think that we have to do a better job of looking at some of these foreign horses for sure. Yeah, this horse looks really, really good. Ryan Moore's aboard. I would have to agree that the 12 must be used. I would agree. I think that's a good call. I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you for that. What about this 13 horse? 6-1 in the morning line, 20-1 in the EquinEdge morning line, though. Miss and Seen. This horse went off at 7-5 in a Group 1 race back in October. And it's just a hard read. Anybody know anything about this filly? So you think the 13 has the class? What makes you say that the 13 has the class? Which one, Oldie? What was her top pick? The 13 or the 12? Oh, that's good info, Nick. Thank you for that. 13 is live, huh? Okay, one to watch. We'll throw the 13 in there. What's up, Harrison? Yeah. Anybody know anything about this 6 horse Hello You? It looks weaker to me. Just want to look and see what's happened the last couple of races here over at Del Mar. So Next Revolt wins the race as the favorite. And then Moraz, 4 horse, wins the race. It just depends. I'm not sure what the stat is, Tom, but it just depends on the speed of the horse as well. Mike Somich likes the 6. 6 was Mike's top pick. I respect Mike a lot. So hello you. So a horse we have to watch. Okay. Horse we have to watch. Really? See, that's really good information. I'm still thinking the 4 and 9 you're going to win the race. All right. Anybody else in here? I just think that Turner Loose is going to be, speaking of Turner Loose, is going to be really tough. We're never getting 12-1. I don't believe that. Randy Moss loves the Euros. Randy's a funny guy, but he doesn't know. There's 4. Since the 4. I didn't see this come through, but Del Mar race number 6, we had the 4 horse. And race number 7, the 2. 4-1. Yeah. And race number 7, the 2. Oh, it's 1-5. I have a note on this horse as well. Looks to be the real deal. Check. Oh, it's my race horse as well. And 1. So I think that probably in this race, Moonlight to Oro looks pretty tough. I wish we'd have saw this note on this 4 horse Miraz. It popped up on the algorithm. What else did it pop up? Race 7, the 2. Let me see. Okay, yeah, race 5, it had the 8, but that 8 didn't run. Anyways, these are the horses. Okay. Evangeline Downs, race number 1. I think there was a horse there, right? The 4 horse. Horse to watch. Quarter horses, right? Oh, it's 6-1. But it's 9-5 on the EquinEdge morning line and top Scotty pick and not getting any love at all. Interesting. Okay, back to the races. Oh, all right. Let's see. Let's get back to the 5th. So far, we've covered, I think, 3 races. All right. So let's get to race number 9. Okay, this is the $2 million juvenile, and they're going 8.5 furlongs. This horse, Jack Christopher, is an absolute monster. Can tell you right now. They can do anything they want with this horse. I think this is the best bet of the weekend. 12 is going to take action. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Pinehurst is going to have the lead. I don't care. I think tomorrow, Alex. Pretty sure tomorrow morning when you wake up, it's Merry Christmas. But the 12 horse 2 for 2 has gone gate to wire, and both there's much more speed in here. 1 and 2, the horse has gone gate to wire, and the 9's faster, and the 1's better, and the 12 was all out. And yes, it was impressive that the horse won a grade 1 in its second start, but it wasn't as easy as it looks on paper. And I think this is where the horse gets beat. You is an idiot. You know something about horse racing? You're a young boss. Okay. I'm just going to assume that you don't know how to type or spell. Okay. I'll give you one more shot. Turner Loose is 16-1 in the UK. You should completely bet that, Mitchell. Seriously. Oh, that's why you're giving me a hard time? Because I've said that Jack Christopher is a monster. I can tell you that this is probably Chad Brown's top horse in his barn. Okay, so I'm going to give you one more shot to be a nice guy before I block you. So don't be an ass, because that won't fly here. So don't be a douchebag. And then you won't be able to talk to anybody. So the one horse is, the 12 looks impressive, but the one is the real deal. I can tell you right now. You can do what you want with it. Okay? You can do what you want with it. I'm just telling you that the one horse is the real deal. All right. Who else? Anybody like anybody else in here? Papa Cap is cheap. Rail. Why would the rail scare me at 8.5 furlongs? No, not at all, Frank. This is a really, like, from what I was told, this is his Chad Brown's best horse in his barn. What, that doesn't put him in the winner's circle, but I can tell you that this is going to be my key horse on Friday. That's for sure. All the others in my mind are pretenders. Watch the video of Corniche winning that last race. Watch and see. He's all out. And he went gate to wire, and the 9-horse Pinehurst has a 96 on the pace. Corniche doesn't even have the second top number. And here's the thing. Jack Christopher is not going to go to the lead. Jack Christopher is just going to sit back and has a ton of speed and make a run. He's going to let the 12-horse and the 9-horse duel it out and just going to sit a perfect trip. As far as the 10-horse, Command Performance. I mean, yeah, I mean, the 10 ran good. That was a really good race. And the one, Jack Christopher, was much better than the Champagne. Much better. But the 10's a nice horse. I probably would lean towards the 10 to be second, to be honest with you. Hey, John. Welcome from Lone Star. Hey, Curtis. Yeah, that's what I heard as well, Curtis. That's exactly what I heard. So I hope it wins for all of us, and you know, it doesn't always work out like that. But I know that when I say the horse is a monster, when you hear that in Chad Brown's barn that this is the top horse in the barn and it's a 2-year-old, I think it's okay to say it's a monster, wouldn't you? And if it wins, you're welcome. That's actually, you know, that's actually a really, really good point, Don. That's actually a really good point that I maybe didn't look at carefully. That's a good point. Let's look at that. So the EquinEdge morning line is 3-1 on both the 9 and the 12. You know, here's the thing. I don't know what's going to happen there. That's great handicapping, by the way. I actually missed that. But that being said, here's what we do know. We know Jack Christopher is a nice horse. We know it's got an 87 pace number, and we know it can also rate if it wants to. So I think Jose Ortiz can sit wherever he wants to sit. And we also know that he's going to save ground from the rail. So I'm not sure how that pace is going to play out. What's up, Brady? See, I'm not the only one. Oh, not at all, Wesley. I don't fear that at all. This horse. I mean, look what it did easily in the Champagne going that 1-turn mile, but the horse is bred to go long. Look, no problem. This is such a nice horse. Like, look, the 10 furlongs is a 72, 8.5 is a 72. It just looks like this horse can really do anything. 8 furlongs is 79. The horse is just consistent and a really nice horse. Joe, that's really, I'm sure they're trying to do that because they don't want Pinehurst and Corniche dueling. Based on what I saw with Corniche, I don't know that that's possible, right? And in 1 week, you can't change a horse's style. I don't think. He might be able to sit a little bit, but I think at the end of the day, he's not going to be able to. It's interesting as well. Here's the thing. Look at this. I tell you what, Mike Smith gets off of Pinehurst to stay on Corniche. It's interesting. No, that doesn't matter. He probably had a hard time making that decision because look at this. The jockey trainer combination with Baffert and Velasquez is 46% and 41% with Baffert and Mike Smith. Yeah. I heard a horse just pop up. Okay, hold on here. So you guys can see my email. So if you look and see, let me know how the 2 does over at Del Mar. But Penn 3, Evangeline Downs race 2, the 5, Charlestown race number 1, the 5, and Mountaineer race number 1, the 1. Okay. That's a tough question, Russ. That's a tough question. Six wired the field. Who got second? The 2 broke bad. Double Thunder, the 5. All right, let's take a look at the 5. Oh, it did come in 6-2. So the 2 got second and broke bad. All right. We're just betting these horses to place. That's what we're doing. So, yeah, John, you know what? I'm telling you, I like them both. Jack, Chris, I like them both. That's a tough one. Why do you want to give me tough questions like that? I haven't had any alcohol for that. This Jack, Chris, first of all, I wasn't that impressed with Corniche, and John Velasquez jumps on the 9, and Mike Smith jumps off of the 9. And Jack Christopher is supposed to be an absolute beast. So I'm singling the 1. Win or lose, I'm singling Jack Christopher and Alpha Zulu. You didn't like Curtis? You didn't like why don't you like Echo Zulu? I'm just curious. What has that horse done wrong? Give me one negative about that horse. But you see, the thing is, Joe, is when you try to rate and you can't really naturally rate, then you're done. So who are they going to give it? So Pinehurst is getting the lead, is my guess. They know this. I would almost guarantee you that they know that Pinehurst is faster naturally than Corniche. They know that. Yeah. Thank you for that, Tyler, by the way. Thank you for that. Yeah. I mean, I think this horse is going to be the big favorite. Here's where you might have an advantage. If you play horizontals, don't wait for the verticals. If you do that, then what will happen is you'll at least maybe there'll be a lot of people that won't single the horse and you could make some money. But come the race, I'm going to guess this horse goes off at 3 to 5. I think the word's going to get out on this horse. Baffert has 3 horses in here. Did I miss that? I only see 2. Oh, I eliminated the other one. Who is it? Barossa. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about that, Daryl. You're absolutely right. That's true. That's true. Never bet a favorite doing something for the first time. I don't agree with that, Bill, by the way. I've never agreed with that. I've heard that many times. But I don't believe in that, because that's an opportunity to make money. And maybe in some of these claiming races, but when you're dealing with some of these high-end, really nice horses, Well, just like Daryl was saying, it is the Breeders' Cup. So, who knows? Maybe we get 7-5 or 8-5. That'd be a gift. I'm going with I'm singling Alpha. I can tell you in the BCBC, Alpha Zulu, Jack Christopher, these are going to be horses I'm going to key, and then try to find some long shots underneath. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Brady. Oh, it's not going to matter. This is such a nice horse. When you have such a nice horse like this, Bill, and they're smart, it's not going to matter. 2 turns is not going to matter. This horse has no problem with 2 turns. I promise you, no problem at all. No problem. He's just going to sit. It seems that way, Steve, right? Echo Zulu. Like, I know I keep saying Alpha Zulu. Oviatt class. Which race is that, Curtis? Here's the thing about this Barossa. How many times have we seen a Baffert horse all of a sudden? Like, why did he put this horse in here? Like, you just never know. With the Baffert horses, right? Could this horse just sit back and then make a run? I don't know. I don't know much about this horse. The 2 horse? Which horse is it? The 2? Jasper the Great? I don't know. I don't see it. These are really nice horses. Jasper the Great's supposed to come in here from Japan and win. I don't see it. I don't know. Oviatt class, 50-1 on the EquinEdge morning line. 2%, 24 on the pace. I don't see it. I don't see it at all, Curtis. Yeah. There's no way you can make a case for this horse. I'd love to see you make a case for this horse. And I'm not being critical, by the way. I'm at all. I respect everybody's opinion. Just from me looking at this, I just don't see it. Why do you guys think that okay, let's look at this. You guys keep talking about this race, so let's go back there real quick. So, Brad Cox, you guys think Juju's map is the real deal? All right, why? So let's look at it, so we can all be confident about what we do. So let's click on this grade 1 race. This horse broke its maiden and then went off as the lukewarm favorite in the grade 1 race. Let's look at it. Let's look at the competition. Okay. So Juju's Map was the second pick in that race. The 8 horse is Scotty Longshot. Let's look at the horse that got second, the 8 horse. Okay. This horse is 11% to win. The race was actually wide open on the win percentages, but let's open it up and look. So it beat a maiden. Chad Brown maiden, but it was a maiden. Sequist. Sequist got its butt whooped in the spinaway. Okay? In the spinaway. Who won the spinaway? And then came back to win by 7 1/4 lengths in the Frizette. You know what I've seen so far this week? Everybody is trying to beat Echo Zulu. Nobody's respecting this gun runner colt or filly. Nobody. Why is that? You've got the strongest jockey who's going to be on the front end. The horse is the speed of the race for sure. She's just naturally fast. And what you're trying to do is beat her. So you're going, okay, it's 8.5 furlongs now. So she's never gone that distance. Right? But the GSR says that's not a problem. Look at the GSR plus. Horse is a beast. Going longer is not a problem. I mean, she's the real deal. EquinEdge morning line's 4-5. Look at Hidden Connection. I always find this a negative. It's 5-2 on the odds makers morning line, but 5-1 on the EquinEdge morning line on Hidden Connection. I find that negative. Oh, I have no doubt, Curtis, about that. You're right about that. But that being said, it's all about the competition, right? All about the competition that we face. Bobby's like, okay, single, brother, single. So, yeah, I mean, she's the real deal, man. Look at the breeding on this horse. Holy crap. I mean, she's insane. Look at the class of this horse. Easy, 5.5 lengths. Look at the way she's pulling away for fun in every one of these races. And she's the speed of the race again. Juju's Map beat a weak group last time out, beat a maiden. Beat a maiden. Sometimes we look at paper and it looks impressive, but you have to be careful with that. That's what the SOR is for. So, again, I think Echo Zulu is a single, and the 4 horse Tarabi, I think, can get the way I'm going to play this. I'm going to do an exacta 6-4 cold, and then I'm going to come back and do a saver trifecta 6 with 4. That's how I'm playing that. Yeah, you guys are so impatient today. Jeez. We've covered every race other than the 9th and 10th. What do you want? Ross likes the 6-1. Yeah, so okay, that's actually a really good point, Curtis. Let's look real quickly if I understood what you said, what you meant. Let's just see who we can get creative with underneath. And I'm going to throw this out there. One, I'm agreeing in that same Champagne race. This horse did get second in only his second start. So I don't see why, you got Irad Ortiz. I don't see why this horse can't get second. I don't. And the other one is, what about this Barossa? Like, Baffer put this horse in here for a reason. Why did he put this horse in here? I just don't. Maybe he likes this horse more than we realize. And let's just say we're on the same page and that Pinehurst and Corniche stop. Let's just say that does happen. Let's look at the pace numbers. Okay, so maybe Curtis's Aviat class, who take a true closer, and the horse is improving, and maybe this horse gets up for like the 3rd spot or 4th spot, something like that, right? So you can start looking at some of these lower pace numbers when some of the speed horses stop, like maybe Pinehurst or Corniche, right? And all of a sudden you start taking some of these bottom horses here and see if they can finish and they have the class. Like, I like since I've been practicing with these pace numbers, what I like to do is take some of these lower pace numbers and put them in like in the third spots, 4 spots for trifectas and superfectas. In the tournament, the BCBC, it'll be exactas and trifectas. And it could be a horse like this. This is a true closer who broke 13th from the rail in their Breeders' Futurity over at Keeneland. I mean, this horse has run huge. Nothing wrong with this. Flavian Pratt's aboard. You could get a price here on this horse, no problem. Look, no problem. And Corniche is getting 46% right now. So it's taking up, look at this. It's taking up so much of the win percentages. Throw that out. And then look at the 9 horse. If this horse is vulnerable, now you're taking out 17%. Now all of a sudden, Barossa at 1% to be in the money doesn't look so bad, does it? If we think that the 9 and the 12 are vulnerable. Yeah, I think the 10, the 10's going to close, by the way. So when you talk about closers, here's your closer. Here's your closer right here. Hey, Nathan. Yeah, I like the 10 as well, Curtis. I agree. Command performance. So watch out for this horse to maybe get in the money. For sure. I think they're going to be, if you beat the 9 and the 12, and they stop, like possibly I think they're going to, then you are looking at all these horses down here that could be in the money. And I'm leaning more towards the 10 horse. But I'm not going to be surprised if Papa Cap. I'm leaning against Papa Cap because I think it's going to be too close to the pace. I really am looking for true closers. And actually, this 8 might be too close to the pace. This one might be too close to the pace. I want true closers. The 10 is a true closer. The 3 horse is a true closer. The 5 horse is a true closer. So when we talk about closers, we're talking about 3, 5, 10. So maybe the 1 over the 3, 5, 10 over the exacta, and then maybe over the 1 over 3, 5, 10 with 3, 5, 10. It's not a bad bet. You'll make some money. Let me look at that too, Cindy. Jasper, it's a complete crapshoot, honestly. What are the chances that a Japanese horse is going to come here? It's 1% on the numbers. I don't see how it's supposed to do it. It's got 1 start. I don't know. That's asking an awfully lot. It just is. It's asking a lot. Yeah, it broke its maiden by 10 lengths. There's some nice horses in here. Why do you like the 2 horse? Yeah, I think so too, Curtis. I'm actually going to play against the 8 horse because I think it's going to be too close to a fast pace. And because of that reason, I'm going to lean towards more of those long shots and horses that are going to be closing. And look, Todd Pletcher is 2 of those, 5 and the 10. Look at that. With Flavian Pratt and Irad Ortiz. You see that? So the 2 best jockeys here are going to be sitting while these other ones go. There's a high likelihood that one of those 2 horses or both are going to get up. And Jack Christopher, hopefully, is just so good that it's not going to matter and going to find a way to win. Let's see here. As far as the 8's not a rabbit, John. 8's not fast enough to get the lead in here. I promise you that 8 is going to be nowhere near the lead. No way. And look at the pace number. It's a 62. There's 4 other horses that have higher pace numbers than the 8. Plus, that's a Baffert horse. He's already got an issue with the 12 and the 9 possibly dueling. He's not going to go duel with the 8. Yeah, I don't see Aviat Class winning, but I think that horse could be in the money. Yeah, I see. I'm agreeing with Oldie on this one too. So let's see here. 8. Delmar race number 9. So here's the simulated race. Let's run this and see what happens. It's got the 7 horse winning the race. Now, take that with a grain of salt. Don't go crazy. I mean, it's just one tool. So I don't know, Dale Romans, this horse broke his maiden. I don't know, is this horse that good? Dale Romans will put horses in stakes races, and he's not hitting it. I don't personally like Papa Cap at all. Personally. And this horse needs to be near the pace, and this is going to be a fast pace. I'm taking Jack Christopher, or I'm taking the 10 or the 5, and even the 3 horse, believe it or not. This horse has the closing style. I just don't know this horse's class level yet, but I wouldn't be surprised this horse gets in the money. Yeah. If that 7 wins this race, we're all going to laugh our ass off. Look at Dan. See, Dan, we've been together a long time, haven't we? That's hilarious. I don't know. I'm just going to note that. Just a thought. Yeah, I've kind of seen that, Curtis, to be honest with you. I have seen that. I'm not going to lie. All right. Let's get to so we got race number 9, right? Did we do that? Yeah. So we got that. Race number 10. This is what I got so far. The 2 seems very, very tough. Albahar. Here's the negative. Here's the negative. That race was, and that's, hold on, let's look at this so you can see the entire past performances. Be careful with the alls. I'm just telling you guys. You said the 7 earlier? Okay, look. This horse, if I remember correctly, in that summer handicap, won easily, but wasn't changing leads. But that turf was a good turf. And look at every single condition this horse was facing it on turf was good. You see that? And now this horse is going to get, now Frankie Dettori is aboard, and Charles Appleby is just ridiculous in a good way. But I'm just not sure about the surface. And I don't know what to make of this 8 horse. It's the EE picks top pick, and it's only 1%. But what's interesting is look at the EquinEdge morning. It's 12-1 on the morning line and 5-1 on the EquinEdge morning line. So I can tell you the 8 is a must use. You must use the 8. I don't know why. I don't know anything about it. But it's a must use when 2 different algorithms are saying this horse is a horse to watch. And look at that. 12-1 on the morning line and 5-1 on the EquinEdge morning line. So that's a good thing. LaFranco Dettori, I know. LaFranco. Gilberto. Dakota Gold, the 3 horse, is a top GSR. 1-for-1 at the service and distance. Mixed tactical GSR change. I didn't like the GSR. No. What? Oh, no. The GSR change. Look at this. This is pretty cool. So the GSR change from 64 to 87, and the horse went really good. And that was a 64 group. Now continues to move forward. Now, did beat a group over at Monmouth. This is tougher. But It's the top GSR. Now, the 2 horse has the second top GSR. It's 1 point different. But that race at Woodbine. But I was impressed with this horse. But you definitely have to concern yourself with the surface here. Dakota Gold didn't change leads as well. This is where you could get the long shot. I'm leaning towards this 8. Let's go to this 8 horse. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Glunthon. Aidan O'Brien, Ryan Moore, 12-1 on the morning line, 5-1 on the EquinEdge morning line. How about this Modern Games? What's the story with this horse? I mean, it's not done a lot wrong. Charles Appleby. How about this? Charles Appleby has the 1 and the 2. Aidan O'Brien has the 8. So all the foreign horses on EquinEdge are favored in this race. What does that tell you? Does that scare you? I don't know. 3, I told you I have mixed feelings with that horse. The 8's a must use. 2 seems very tough, but I'm worried about the surface change. Modern Games you like, Lauren? One horse, Rob likes the 1 as well. Modern Games. I mean, it stepped up in that grade 3 and won. It did. Let's see here, Jeff. The post for sure is no help, right, Jeff? But there's nothing wrong with this horse. Lightly raced. Let's check out the pace number. It has some pace. So you know what? I'm kind of thinking that maybe with the pace, that horse won't be in too bad a position. But the 16 Detroit Cities, will this horse get scratched? I don't know. Are they going to do 16 horses in there? Or I don't know. Ralph, you like Dakota Gold? Top GSR. I believe you're going to have all of them tomorrow, Coach. Yeah, I do. I don't blame you, Mike. I don't blame you at all. Only 14 were run, Don. Thank you for that. I wasn't sure. Well, the 16 was fast. So then the horse, if you take out the 16, if you do that, then the top GSR, who's 1 for 1 at the surface and distance, is the lukewarm pace of the race. And Luis Saez will probably be aggressive. So there's a good chance that Dakota Gold, your top GSR, is going to be on the lead. Now, I did look at this race. It was not a strong field. It wasn't a strong field. I'm just thinking that there's got to be a European horse in here that's going to be good, right? Hey, Joe. I know. I missed it too, but it just didn't make any sense to leave here to be on for a half hour a day. But I love Del Mar. It's my favorite track, and I miss being down there. Thanks for saying that, Joe. On 11.5. Oh, thank you, John. So Dakota Gold beat EquinEdge, who's in here, and EquinEdge was 7-2 on the EquinEdge morning line and 31%. So I'm not sure if something happened in that race. Oh, bumped at the start and steadied the first turn. So there you go. So you might want to relook at EquinEdge, right? So 13. So I'm just going to put a note on 13. So I'll look at that a little bit more carefully. Why would you question the GSR, Justin, on that? Dubai, John says that the Dubai Legend from the 14 has tactical speed. Yeah, no doubt about it. That I'm seeing that as well, John. I agree with you. The 14 has look, 13 and 14 for that matter, right? 14. Looks. EquinEdge. Yeah, I mean, this horse had trouble in last start. Let's see here. McKinnon, Tyler's saying, let's see, had a tougher trip last time out than PP say, clipped heels and cost him a ton and still cruised home. So McKinnon, let's take a look. I don't think we've looked at McKinnon really that closely, have we? Let's see here. So clipped heels first turn and still won the races, won 3 straight races. That's a hard one. I mean, that was a much easier group than what's in here, but it doesn't mean this horse doesn't have upside. Doug O'Neill's absolutely on fire right now. And I think he's going to win the Breeders' Cup Classic. But let's take a look at who this horse faced, McKinnon. I couldn't even imagine handicapping without the pace numbers now. You guys will see that. Hopefully you're going to have this tomorrow. I'm waiting for Brad. All right. I don't know why this is not popping up, but again, this is the test site. So it has bugs. All right. So let's see. Open. Well, let's take a, no, I can't show it. I was going to show that video, but I'm not allowed to. You need over 30 to 1 on a horse that's 14%? Man. I mean, not 8 to 1? You got to be 30 to 1? I'm going to. I'm not allowed to watch it with you guys on here, unfortunately, or else I would. Yeah, I don't know why that past race is not popping up. Let's see if we can look at this one. Beat 34 Coupe, and this horse wasn't very strong. The one horse Silver Surfer just looks average. I don't know that was a very strong field that McKinnon beat. I don't know. I think there's a few European horses here that are not. I think the Europeans could be tough. I think the Europeans could be really tough in these races. I think Dakota Gold could go gate to wire. EquinEdge needs to be near the lead. You see that? We can clearly see that EquinEdge needs to be near the lead for its best. And so I think the horse is going to send. Dakota Gold will be sitting off of the 13. That's my guess. Because this horse can rate, doesn't need the lead. So I'm visualizing a really good trip here, but I'm going to imagine that Florent Drew is going to take EquinEdge to the lead. Dubai Legend, we saw that the horse is tactical and could sit a really good trip. Modern Games is going to be from the inside, probably sitting a good trip as well. What's up, Bill? No, I don't think so, Mike. I'm sure that's not the case. Oh, Don, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Listen, it's everybody. It's this chat that everybody that is on every week to the we become very close and we all handicap together. and we're building a really great community. But we're glad to have you on, Don. And everybody's listen, you guys are bringing up horses that maybe I missed. You can see I handicapped a lot, but not in depth. And so this helps me look at things. And I'm playing in the BCBC, so you guys are helping me as well. So, the more the merrier. It's great. That's a really good question. I'm not sure. Are they having a pick six? Yeah, they are. That is $2. It's a $2 pick six. The 7-1 at Del Mar, is that the one we had? Del Mar race number 8. We had the 2 horse, right? I think it was the 2. It's $2 on both days. Who won this race? I don't think it's 20 cents, Daryl. Let's see here. No. What did we have? We had the 2 horse at Del Mar race number 8, Little Nass. How'd that horse do? 795. All right, so the 2 didn't run. Okay. Telemark. 7-1 the 8th. All right. That wasn't one of the ones we had. Thank you, Judy. Me too. I'm looking forward to it. My handicapping's been really good. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be good here because there's so many good horses that it makes it tough. But my handicapping I've been happy with my handicapping. The horse came in 5th. Okay. So, all right, let's kind of do like a recap. Let's do like a recap right now. So we'll look and go, okay. Back to the 5th. Del Mar, we'll go to race number 6, okay? By the way, before we do that, over at Penn National race number 4, let's just see who we had. Penn National race number 4, we have the 4 horse. There you go. You got this, Dan. So anyways, those are the horses that we had. I wasn't really paying attention. So I'm gonna have Brad go back and look at that. Okay. Thank you, John. I'm gonna put a note there. By the way, were those bets for both days on Breeders' Cup, guys? Yeah. Okay. Lauren, I like Hot Rod Charlie. I do. I do. We're not going to go over that today, right? Because I just wanted to thoroughly go over day 1 with you guys, right? So it looks like the Breeders' Cup is on the pick 6, from what I can see. I don't know. Is that clear? Bet minimums, win, place, show, daily double, exacta, and pick 6. Looks like it's $1. And then trifectas, pick 3s, pick 4s, pick 5s, and super high 5s are 50 cents. And then superfectas are 10 cents. That's what I'm reading. We're going to do an overview right now. We'll do an overview right now. All right. That's from Daryl. Oh, Chris, I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. Yeah. Our collector is in deep in this race with all that speed. In deep. I would agree. Okay. So we'll go back to... Wait, are you saying, Edwin, you like our collector? Chris is not saying he likes our collector. Chris is saying that the horse should be in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. I have such a strong opinion with our collector in that race that there's so much speed in there that is faster than our collector, and that horse is never rated one time. I don't see it. Thanks, James. My tournament plays and regular plays are going to be the same, other than when I play horizontals. You know, so I'm playing exactas and trifectas. That's what I'm doing. And if I love a horse, I might bet it to win if I'm going to get even money or above. If I can take $3,000 or something like that and put it to win on a horse and double my money on a horse I think is a single, I have no problem doing that, especially if I don't know who's going to be second. But really my strategy in the BCBC is to take some key horses in the first spot and then find these long shots, these bottom pace numbers that can come in and get in the money. I don't see it, John. Outside, inside, I don't think it's going to matter. Nick's Go is going no matter what. And so is Medina's Spirit. Who's faster? You could see 22 flat, 22 and 3, 22 and 4 quarter mile. Somebody's coming from behind. Again, we'll talk about that tomorrow, though. If Echo Zulu is going to go off as the lowest price favorite of the day on Friday. I believe that. Friday recap. Yep, that's what we're going to do. All right. Friday recap. Okay, here we go. Thanks, you guys, too, for joining tonight. And hopefully you can join tomorrow. Really appreciate it. This has been a really successful show already. Mike was just texting me saying it's great. And we have over 300 and something concurrent people. And that doesn't even include some of the other platforms like Twitch. So it's pretty neat. So thank you all for that. Really appreciate that. And if you don't mind, if you can like the show, that really helps. Also, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, by the way, as well. And you'll get notifications when I do shows and things like that. Normally, if you're new to the show, we go from race to race to race is what we do. And we bet, and I bet with you guys. So it's really a lot of fun. It's interactive, and we have a really good time for sure. So hopefully you'll stay around for some of the future shows. And but you can get those notifications on YouTube. So right down below, there's a thumbs up. If you don't mind liking that, that would be great. It helps our channel, so appreciate that. And the VIP Facebook group, you can join that as well. All right. And we have some free specials, like a week special or something like that for new people as well. So check that out. Okay. Here's our overview. Yeah, I know, Nathan. It's gonna be longer. For sure. Tomorrow's gonna be a longer show. What time did we start today? We started at 5. It's only been 2 hours, so I'm sure we'll probably be another half hour, and then tomorrow will probably end up being around 3.5 hours, probably at least. I know it's gonna be a long show tomorrow, for sure. But we'll cover Breeders' Cup Saturday. I'm not going to be on this weekend, I don't think. And the reason is I'm playing on Friday and Saturday. So probably not going to be till the following weekend. I can't wait to see you guys. If you get a chance and you genuinely love the pace number and love the new layout, like I hope that you will, if you do, throw that on Twitter and say something about it. We'd really appreciate that. Oh, okay. So there is an update. Look at here. There you go. I refresh. Sometimes just periodically refresh your screen. So I just refreshed my screen and look at now the SOR and the GSR are colored. How good does that look? Really much easier to read, right? Yeah. Thank you, Steve. I do. Thank you very much. Steve, did I see you signed up for a yearly? Did you sign up for a yearly? Did I see that? I could have sworn I saw that, but if you did, I'm glad you did. We have yearlies, by the way, as well, and they're so cheap. It comes out to like $58 a month if you do the yearly. So just a plug on that. That's not a bad idea, Aldo, to be honest with you, to do a recap show. Yeah, I'm glad you did. I'm glad that's cheaper that way, and I'm so glad to have you on the yearly. I'm glad it's cheaper that way too. And not only that too, on that yearly with all the other new products that are coming, like Ticket Book and Link Feature and Race Replays, you're going to end up getting that for free with no extra charge. So the yearly is a good way to go. Well, I hope you get it no matter what, Nathan. I'm rooting for you, brother. You know that. Thank you. And yeah, anything you can post on Twitter is great. And the thing is that there's no games here. You have all the numbers. You know what the win percentages are. They're 36%. There's no fluff here. It's just a lot of people that have been doing this a long time, and we're growing every month. We grew 25% last month alone. But the point is that sometimes people have got to get out of their own way. They don't take the time to learn something new. By the way, look, I just want you guys to see this. And then, so this is what you guys are going to probably have tomorrow. And then this is what you have now. Okay. Which is better? No pace number, race view. And then with the pace number and the changes we made, this. What do you guys think? What's up, John? Pretty good, right? No, you're fine, Joe. I don't apologize for nothing. You're always such a gentleman. But anyways, way better, right? No, Daryl, and that it is. It is. Just so you know, it's a little bit of a curveball. I'm not going to lie. You're changing your handicapping a little bit, but you got to take a step backwards to move forward for sure. Right? Thank you so much. Right? I mean, again, I'm not selling this, by the way. You guys know me. Those of you that know me, this is genuine. I mean, the difference between as a handicapper being able to read this and plus have the pace number compared to that is night and day. This just looks like a bunch of gray and white and black text. And then you have this. There's no comparison. So the team is pretty stoked about it. So, all right. So, okay, let's do a recap. Race number 6. Armor, I'm with you, Steve. Lexi, I think you'll have it tomorrow. Thank you, John, too, by the way. Thank you, everybody. So right, exactly. Who's the morning line favorite? So you can see here that the morning line odds makers favorite is the 6 horse Twilight Gleaming. No, I'm sorry, it's Averly Jane. And then you've got the 6 and the 9 are both 4-1. On the EquinEdge morning line, the 7 horse is 7-2. And then 8, the Averly Jane, which I like. And then the 1 timer, the 9. But right now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 kind of lined up right now. I don't necessarily know. I will say this. How many times have we seen foreign horses win in these 5 furlong sprint races? How many times have you seen it happen? It just doesn't happen very often. Right? Just doesn't happen very often. Now, you know what? Honestly, Trish, whatever tools you use, it's really about you finding your own niche. That's really what it's about. Rosario on the 11 horse. So you have the 11 post, and then you have 37 on the pace number, right? So it's so low, but lightly raced. And really, the horse won a non-graded stakes race against 5 other horses at Woodbine. So if you use a horse like this, and it's not that this horse can't win, so I don't want to talk you off of it. But if you bet a horse like this, you just might as well do an all. You know what I mean? Because you have to have a conviction somewhere. What would be the point? It's just that you like Rosario. That's an angle. And don't forget too, in the entire meet at Del Mar, watch the 1 and 2 posts going 5 furlongs on turf. They won 40% of the time. You know, I'm not a big workout fan. So, I mean, these are good workouts, but these are nice horses. They should work out like this. This is no big thing. And you also don't know how easily they did it. So I don't know, Catherine, if that really is a factor. Oh, no, I think you should throw it out there for sure. I'm just, as we talk about it and handicap it, and I'm trying to get better at having such a strong opinion, because I've had some strong ones and Cindy's proven me wrong and beat my butt. I was wrong. See, I would agree with Brady on that. I would agree with Brady that the 11 is the type of horse that's going to be wide. You know, we don't know if it has the class. And so if it does get up, it's going to be up more in the exotics. I agree, Brady. Yeah. I agree. Averly Jane, I forget who liked this horse a lot, but I would agree. Earlier on the show, we talked about this horse. This horse is tactical and is very, very classy. Just is. Let's look at this race. And who did it beat in this race? Over at Kentucky Downs. Oh, look who it beat. It beat Coffee Maker. Look at that. And they were the top 2. And Detroit City, who's going to most likely get scratched. But wow, this was a strong race. This was a strong race. Coffee Maker. Which race was Coffee Maker in? Oh, it's this one. Save ground on the rail. So I'm wondering if this horse had trouble. Averly Jane got an easy lead that day and won pulling away. Very interesting. I wouldn't just throw out Coffee Maker. I wouldn't. All right, recap. Fine. God, just crabby. All right. For me, I'm thinking Averly Jane's going to find a way to win this race. The horse has an 87 on the pace, and it can rate, and it just looks too good. So I'm gonna say Averly Jane. The 1 horse Twilight Jet, with all those horses, a foreign horse as well, I think it's going to be really, really tough to win. I think you're looking at a foreign horse like the 1 or the 7 or the 3 that's going to get second. But I think the 8's going to find a way to win. One Timer is very fast, but I just don't know about the class of this horse. I just don't. So, and I'm going to tell you another thing too. do your handicapping and choose your horses, but we aren't better than the algorithms. So just watch. And since the win percentages are so equal, you can't use those. You might want to watch the EE picks very carefully, including the Scotty long shot. But I think Averly Jane is going to be really tough. I like the post. I think Averly Jane is going to let the 10, the 9, 10, and 12 go, and then sit. And I think the 1 or 2 or 7 gets second. So I'm going to go 8 over 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 7. That's how I'm going to play this. I'm going to try to beat this horse because I just don't know that this horse is a true closer, and I don't know the trip it's going to get. So I'm going to try to beat the 6. No, they can't. They can't. I'm also trying to answer questions. Are you guys busting my chops? I'm not a producer. Like I don't have a producer here saying, "Okay, Scotty, move on to the next race." All right, fine. 8 over 1, 2, 3, 7. I like the 8 to win. Echo Zulu, you know that. I like the 6 over the 4 in race number 7. Race number 8. All right. I like the 4 over the 9 I like the 4 or 9 to win. Over the 6, 12, and 13. That's what I like. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Yeah, the pressure. Jack Christopher, single. Thank you so much. All right, Jack Christopher's a single, and then I told you I'm going to take the 1 horse over the 3, 5, and 10. And I want to remind you guys, do whatever you want to do, but the simulated race had the 7 horse Giant Game going or winning the race. There's just not enough information on this horse to have any clue how good this horse is. And Dale Romans isn't afraid to put bad horses in stakes races. So I'm not taking that too seriously. that's not fair. That is just not fair. That is not fair. Maybe a little bit. 1 over the 3, 5, 10, excuse me. All right. And 1 looks like a key horse. Race number 10. Definitely the hardest race for me, for sure. Definitely. I got to tell you, I was so impressed. No, that's true. So I have to be able to stay focused, even when you guys are being mean. I have a feeling this horse is the real deal. I do. The 8. As soon as it switches over. I have a feeling this horse can really run. And the top Scotty pick, it's only 1%, I know, but look at the win percentages. They really don't like anybody. And it's also 5 to 1 in the EquinEdge morning line. So I'm liking this horse, but I think this race is wide open. I was so impressed with the win over at Woodbine in the summer grade 1 by Albar. But that was this horse has never raced on firm turf. Has never. So Now, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about this 10 real quick. So this 10 horse has a 20% win, but it's not in the top two, Scotty. And it needs to be near the lead for its best. Flavian Pratt, Chad Brown. I think I don't really have a strong opinion. I'm going to kick myself if I don't make the 2 horse a key horse. But I just don't like that this horse is not raced on firm turf. Let's look at the 8. Look a little bit closer at this horse. What's the story here? This horse is only raced on good turf as well for Aidan O'Brien. McKinnon has done nothing wrong, but didn't beat much. What about Dakota Gold? This horse is going to sit behind probably CoinEdge. I am kind of liking the 3 horse, the top GSR. I do think the 2 is going to run good. I really do. I didn't like how it didn't change leads, but this horse it's such a nice horse, and maybe the firm turf won't matter. CoinEdge is going to get the lead. I'm pretty convinced of that. And look what it's done the 2 times it did get the lead. It went gate to wire. Even at 5.5 furlongs, this horse got the lead. Then got the lead in the grade 3 and couldn't clear here in this non-graded stakes race over at Monmouth. But it's going to clear here. And you know what's interesting about this CoinEdge? CoinEdge actually, this horse is, now I'm convinced this horse is going to send. This horse was 80 cents in the dollar, bumped at the start and steadied first turn. This horse needs the lead, and this horse is going to most likely get it. Let's look at the pace number again. So CoinEdge is somebody that has to be used. I can tell you right now. From the 14-hole, Dubai Legend probably won't need to clear, and might be good enough to win this. But CoinEdge is a horse that you have to watch out for going gate to wire. But Dakota Gold from the inside can sit the trip under Luis Saez, Danny Gargan. Good jockey trainer combination. So I would definitely have to give the 13 and 14 a good look. And here's the thing, Modern Games, the 1 horse, is probably the 1 and the 2 are the horses that I'm looking at that are 1, 2, 8, the foreign horses. So I'm going to say 3. Just watch the GSRs in this race. The GSRs are deadly in races like this. And look what it has. 3, 2, 6, 13, and 14. So you might want to just cover 2, 3, 6, 13, and 14. That's not a bad way to play it. Just taking the top GSRs, honestly. That's not a bad way to play it. Just a thought. But if you want to go add 2 more horses, then add the 1 and the 8. You could do that, right? And they're the top 2 Scotty picks. I don't love the 11. It broke its maiden last time out. First of all, only 5% of horses that break their maiden come back to beat winners. And now this horse going in a grade 1. I don't know. And this horse got beat pretty handily in the summer. Now, that being said, this horse had a layoff. That's right. You know what? They did a piece on TVG on this, and it was pretty impressive. So Grafton Street, this horse was the favorite sprinting here. And then Mark Cassie's thought so highly of Grafton Street that he put this horse in the summer, grade 1. And this horse got second to the 2 horse Albar. And that was at 9-1. So the horse actually got bet. Then goes in a maiden race and wins for fun. And now is back on the turf. And maybe this horse will like firm turf. Yeah, I don't see why you shouldn't like the 11. I would agree. Not always, Wesley. I mean, you know, there's only one Breeders' Cup, so that's not always true. Thank you, Ken, very much. So I don't love a horse in here. I'm not going to go. I don't want to give a horse out and say, hey, this is my top horse, because right now I really don't have a top horse. I will tell you this. I was extremely impressed with Albar, but I just don't know how it's going to run on a firm turf. I'll say it again. So you guys can do with that what you want, but this horse is a nice horse. Really, really nice horse. And other than that, I really don't know much about these other horses, these foreign horses. I really don't know. Grafton comes out of that summer handicap off of a long layoff and runs like that. So you could look at it two ways. You can look at it that was impressive, or you can look at it and go, the two horse didn't beat much. It beat a horse like Grafton who had a long layoff. And you could look at it that way. And you could be right, because you want to look at it at two different sets of lenses. For sure. And this horse has won 3 straight races and clipped heels in that last race. Somebody liked McKinnon a lot and said it would be their key horse. But you have to remember, yes, but it only beat a weak group. But this is a much, much tougher group. Maybe it's up for that task. It's just no way of knowing. And you can never go wrong adding the top GSR, especially on the turf, and especially going 2 turns. So I'd watch for that. All right. So, yeah, I mean, no doubt. Charles Appleby, though, is the man. No, you do. You have to watch for that. No, that's true, Ralph, right? We do like some horses. I know you are, Brady. I'm going to miss you down there. You and Greg and Mike's going to be down there. I'm going to miss you guys. You guys are going to have a blast down there. You're going to kill it. And go win the BCBC as well. Or if I can win, then at least be second. No, they asked me to be. They did ask me to be there. Thank you for that. They asked me to be there, but I just didn't. I love Del Mar, but I just didn't think going down there for 30 minutes to do the simulcast per day and going down with all the expenditures and doing all that was gonna be worth me doing that. So yeah. So we'll see. But all right, you guys. Thank you, John. Thank you, everybody. I'm gonna let you go. I'll be back here tomorrow at 5:30 Eastern time. Okay, and thank you guys for being part of the show as well. Love you guys. I will see you tomorrow here at 5:30. And pray, everybody. Big shout out to Brad. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, Steve. Big shout out to Brad. Get this up. Get this up. Get the pace number and the new race view up on production tomorrow. Thank you, Dan. Everybody. Really appreciate it. Good night, everybody. And we'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye.